Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I'm sure you can see by the title that I am bringing you some new makeup collections. If you are curious what I do on my face, this should be a video after this one will be coming up, which is going to be a review of the new NYX Beetlejuice collection. I did buy the eyeshadow palette and the blush trio, so that is what is on my face. If you are curious, stay tuned for that. Let's go ahead and jump on in. First up, we do have, this is by Hourglass and Barney's New York. It does look like their normal little palette thing they do every single year. I'm normally never really tempted. Hourglass Cosmetics first entered the public consciousness inside Barney's shop 20 years ago, so I guess they're paying an homage to Barney's. I definitely don't feel like I hear a ton of people talking about this brand anymore, so let me know in the comments what you think. Oh yeah, that's gonna be $90, so super expensive. I do love this comment. Oh look, the same palette Hourglass puts out every single year. At least that the animal prints on the outer packaging was cute, which is kind of funny. So I don't necessarily hate this packaging, but I don't think it's like, it's nothing exciting. Let's go ahead and move on next. So this is kind of a random one, but this is going to be from Bath & Body Works. So this is by Stranger Things. I don't know if this is like the only thing that they're going to have, but I do think that it is super interesting. Kind of expensive though, as I'm like reading through. So they got a fragrance plug, which is $36.95. Pretty pricey. So not everything is super expensive. Cassette tape is $14.95. Hand sanitizer $1.95. So nothing like crazy expensive. I just think that it is kind of interesting, and I feel like I have not heard a lot of good things so far about Bath & Body Works collection this year. I don't tend to buy a lot from Bath & Body Works, but I did see it and I thought it was interesting and wanted to pop that sucker in. I'm probably not going to pick anything up. Again, I really don't shop at Bath & Body Works, but I do think this stuff is pretty cool. Let's go ahead and jump in next. So we are already definitely getting into holiday season with all of the collections. So this is the recent collection from Benefit Cosmetics. Whenever I see this stuff, I always get so tempted because it's so pretty, but I am not gonna lie and say that this just doesn't look boring. When I look at the color palettes, at least to me, this is not the color family that I search for, but the packaging is just always so stinking cute, and it almost gets me every single year. I think when I was younger, I definitely would have been a lot more drawn in, but now it's just okay. It looks like they are gonna have a calendar like they do every single year. Of course, they now, which does make sense, they do show you what you're getting inside. A lot of these times, these calendars to me are not anything exciting, but I think if you like Benefit stuff, definitely do. There is like a blush trio here. It's like on the deeper side that I do think looks pretty nice, but I really don't need any new blushes, but I just thought it was a really cute collection. It literally always tries to get me, I swear. Next up, this one, I've seen a lot of people already talking about this. It is called NYX Cosmetics. I have heard that this is a offshoot from Odin's Eye. This palette does look super cute. It is very interesting. I definitely don't see myself purchasing it. It is $42.90. Natural Fantasia collection is what it is, or whimsical stories come to life through color. So I do think it is definitely a really pretty collection. It's really, in my opinion, giving like summer, and I feel like we're kind of moving out of summer, so yeah, I'm not really sure about that. Let's go ahead and move on next to Unearthly Cosmetics. This is the Gargoyle collection. I am featuring the entire collection here, obviously, in the photo. The bottom products, I'm probably just, whatever. That's usually a skip for me. The palette does look really pretty. It does honestly look pretty neutral. I have yet to try anything from Unearthly Cosmetics. I always just kind of want to, like, whenever I feel like I'll see other people talk about it and do looks with it, I am always enamored and want to get it, but either it's too late or whatever, and it's just, I don't know why, but the color stories just don't seem to grab me. I don't know what it is. It looks really pretty. Again, the packaging is pretty. It does look like there are several deep shades here, which I do really appreciate. It looks definitely like a lot of neutrals. The artwork on the packaging, at least to me, shows like some purples and greens. There are definitely some greens, probably some purples. I just can't really see. This image is a little blurry. Next up is a collection. This is from Revolution Beauty. It is their Burn Book, aka Mean Girls kind of collection, but I think they're just calling it Burn Book. I forget who's done this before. I think it was Profusion, and it was done cute if I remember. This also looks cute. This is something that to me is an easy pass. It looks very, I don't know how I say this, and not like a mean way, but it does look kind of a little like childish. The little scrunchy thing is pretty cute. It's like to like keep your hair to your face. That is super cute. That is definitely an homage to, I think Karen is one of the characters who dressed like a mouse. So that is super cute. Again, it's really, the artwork is cute. Of course, Burn Book is such like this iconic thing from Mean Girls, but I'm not really seeing anything that is grabbing me. And honestly, unfortunately as well, Makeup Revolution's quality tends to be pretty not so great. So yeah, that's also a negative. Moving on next, so we do have from Nomad Cosmetics. This definitely has already been out by the time that this video is going up, but I still wanted to mention it. I think it's called Fuji in Fall. I'm not really sure. I think this is such a beautiful color story and a very interesting color story. I'm feeling very strongly attracted to this. I don't quite know if I'm going to pick it up, especially at this time I have kind of purchased. I'm trying to be better with my budget for makeup spending. I really need to bite the bullet and buy something from Nomad. Maybe we'll see what their Christmas collection or something looks like, or I think they usually do a Halloween collection as well. Okay, let's go ahead and jump on in next. So this is by NYX, the Beetlejuice collection, which you already know I am wearing. So I do have part of it. I wanted to go ahead and just run through all the products. Of course, the packaging on all of this does look so freaking amazing, and I think that if you like NYX Cosmetics, if you're really into the whole butter glosses, things like that, definitely there are some things in here to look into. The makeup sponge is really cute, don't get me wrong. I like a makeup sponge. I think that they're useful, but I'm not really into collecting makeup sponges. As you know, I do have the palette and I do have the little blush trio. So yeah, I'm not really curious about the Butter Bomb lip gloss things. There is another lip gloss, and there are 3 eye pencils. Those are also kind of interesting. I don't know. I think I'll be curious to see when people do some swatches what the quality is like, but this collection is definitely very cute. Obviously, it did work by getting me to buy the eyeshadow palette. A part of me is not sure if that is coming from, if you guys remember years ago when Mel Cosmetics came out with their Beetlejuice collection. That one was so cool. Even though, like, I don't know if the quality was, like, the most amazing, but it was just so cool that I think it's like that, honestly, part of me wanted this collection because it's like, oh, I missed out. So here's the second best. And yeah, so that's kind of hard, but whatever. Let's go ahead and move on to another collection from NYX. So this one is actually for the holidays, and can I just say disappointed? I don't know what I would have expected. I think it is so cute that they're doing a Home Alone collection. Super, super smart. Looks like there is a mystery box thing, again, of the Home Alone house. Such, again, a very smart idea, especially with the holiday season. It is such a beloved movie and stuff. The palette going along with this it's okay, but it is very neutral. Does make sense for your normal clientele, but just, you know, not for me. Again, like I said, nothing is necessarily surprising me looking at this that I was like, oh, they should have done this. I think it's because it's Home Alone. I just wish there was something that I could buy from this collection, and there's nothing really. I think there might be some, yeah, there's definitely some lip oils. I think they're blush trio, so those are cute, but again, I really don't need blushes or anything like that. So I don't know, it's hard. I will be curious to see what the outer packaging for the palette looks like. Again, I don't need it, so I guess it really doesn't matter. It looks like it's a clear top to me. I think mainly it's just that box that's getting me, and it's definitely that nostalgia thing that they're pulling, and it's freaking killing me because I want it. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and move on next to something that I actually think is like super, super cool. I know my photo that I have is not that great, so I do apologize, but this is from Profusion X Peanuts. So I did last year bite the bullet and did buy the Casper collection. That is where my beautiful mirror, she's a little scuffed up now, but is from the Profusion collection last year. I did buy the entire collection. To be honest, kind of regret because I don't really use much of it except this mirror. But let's go ahead and just look in everything that I can see. So it looks like there is a Spectacular Glow highlighter. Cool. There's no swatches as of yet, so this might be something I'll talk about probably in the future. Chrome toppers, not fully sure what that is. Okay, so some lip oils. There's a Peanuts mirror, so it looks like it is the Peanut design, shaped like a pumpkin. I don't know. I don't think that's that cute. The eyeshadow palette is kind of interesting. It says trick or treat, so that's pretty cute. But the colors that I can see a little bit don't seem anything exciting. And Profusion, their things are very hit and miss, to be completely honest. I do see here at the bottom, it looks like they have probably a setting spray and something duo. If you did see my video from last year, check it out. There was I think like a shimmer serum and a setting spray. I think the setting spray is fine. It was supposed to be glittery, not very glittery. And the serum kind of was just weird, very herbal. I don't think it did anything that exciting. We do have here a brush collection. Nothing exciting, to be completely honest. Very, very boring. It looks like there is a makeup bag, I'm assuming for $13, that just has Snoopy on it. That's probably the cutest. I'm not really sure. I feel like everything in this collection is just kind of like, I don't know if it's because it's in plastic packaging or what. Like, it looks like they have it in like Ziploc bags, so it's kind of really cheapy. I don't know why. Like the highlighter they did with that Casper collection just looks nicer. I don't know. I feel like this is just not done well. They have an apple bombing lip mask. Apple bobbing, I'm so sorry. It looks cute, but it's nothing, it's nothing needed. I'll be honest with you, it's sad. I was excited about this one, but it's not tempting. I'm excited they're doing another collection, but again, yeah, it's not really tempting, so that's kind of a bummer. Last up here, this one, so I will probably pop in a photo. I was so excited about this one. So this is from Sugar Drizzle. I'm gonna have to look at swatches, so do not get me wrong, I will have to look at swatches, but it is called the Monster Party Palette, and the outer packaging is just so freaking cute. It is so freaking cute. So the little advertisement said the monsters are coming. From what I have read by the owner, it looks like they had some issues with some of the palettes. There will be a small drop coming up soon, I think Wednesday. So that will already have dropped by the time my video for this is going up. This was actually going to be a palette that I was for sure going to pick up. I think I'm going to have to see the swatches. I will try to pop up a photo here. I love depth in palettes, and I feel like I need some bright and some dark, and everything kind of just seemed bright. Muted, bright colors, which is beautiful, but I feel like I just needed something dark, like this. I think the little, I know it's weird, I know it's just shading, but the shading around the monsters, I would have loved some of that deep, even this like background color. The packaging is so freaking cute, and I'm gonna try so hard to not buy it just because I freaking want it. There is no price, I don't think, as of yet. You can use a coupon code, so that is pretty cool. I think that is going to be it for today's video. I would love to know what you think of this. Are you going to be tempted by anything? I am really excited to keep doing videos like this. I think it is super fun just to see what is out there, what possibly gets me pseudo excited about makeup. I am not including everything in this because, at least for myself, I want to just put in things in here that I find kind of tempting, maybe just a little bit. So I will not be including every single thing if there's new foundations, things like that, unless I really feel like I'm on the hunt for that. But as of yet, I still am super into colored cosmetics, so that is definitely going to be at the forefront of my content. If that is interesting to you, I would absolutely love it if you subscribe. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think. I hope that you did enjoy this video, and I will be excited to bring even more of these to you. Yeah, I hope that you are having a wonderful rest of your day or whatever time it is for you, and I will see you on my next one. Okay, bye.